What is up everyone, Matt here. I'm doing another vlog. I'm still in San Francisco, so plenty of cool things to do. Right now I'm actually doing something really cool. I'm headed to Google. I just finished up with work, getting everything ready for tomorrow because tomorrow is the Apple event where they're announcing the iPhone 7 and a few other things. Got everything ready for that, finished up with work. Now I'm headed over to meet a friend that I made last night at the Sam Shepard meetup, and he works at Google and he's giving us a tour. But this camera is huge, as you can see. Look at that. It is just ginormous. So I'm going to be leaving this here so I don't have to carry it around. I don't really want to take a backpack with me. So I'll be switching over to iPhone cam and trying to film as much as I can. I'm not really sure if I can. And good morning. Hopefully you enjoyed that little montage. Didn't really film too much over at Google because, I didn't want to bring this camera and stuff. But super cool. Google is awesome. I'm convinced it's probably the best place to work. So if you ever get a chance, definitely take that chance. Huge thanks for the tour. Right now it is the morning. I was totally tired last night, passed out. Today is the Apple event. And right now I'm going to head up to the gym. There's a gym on the top floor of this building. I'll take you with me so you can see the crazy view from up there. Just got to the gym, but check out this view. The entire bay. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge over there. You got Alcatraz over there. This is just an awesome view. So it is Thursday, and yesterday was Wednesday. Obviously, that's when the Apple event was, but I was really busy working on stuff for Mac Rumors. The videos are up there now, so be sure to go check that out. youtube.com/MacRumors to check out some of that content. But yesterday I went downtown, did a little bit of shopping, and also posted on Snapchat my thoughts of the event. So go ahead and check that out now. So before we get to that, it's Thursday, almost midnight, so I'm editing this vlog right now. And remember that Google part that we just watched a few seconds ago? This part with all the different Snapchats? Okay, well that took me an insanely long time to do. And the ones that I was going to show you with me talking about the iPhone event, that was going to take me way too long to do before I have to go to bed and order the iPhone and stuff. So I figured let's just go ahead and talk about it right now. So for the Apple Watch Series 2, there's now GPS. It's waterproof up to 50 meters. It basically looks the same, but overall this is a good improvement, I think. This is all I would really expect from a second generation. We're not to the point where we can really have a radical change because there's just so much limitation with that size of device. The battery life, the processor, heat, this is all something that has to be taken into account. So I think it's good that they're adding these features. It is technically a little bit thicker. It's about 0.9 millimeters thicker. So, there's trade-offs here. If you want GPS, there's something you're gonna have to give up and you're gonna have to make it a little bit bigger. Overall, not a big deal, but I'm glad that these updates are here. Now, as for the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, this is where I was a little bit more impressed than I was expecting to be. We have the two new colors, which I think look sweet. You have the matte black and the jet black. They look awesome. I'm probably gonna be going with the jet black. It's actually in 7 minutes here while I'm recording this, so definitely coming up soon, but I'm definitely getting the 7 Plus. I'm excited to try out the home button just to see how that is. I love the Force Touch trackpad, so I'm really excited to see how that works when applied to the home button. Also, the stereo speakers. I think the iPhone has a decent speaker. The only issue is it's not loud enough and it's facing down, obviously. This one is using the earpiece, which is where you actually make a phone call. That's your second speaker, and also the one on the bottom. And it's supposed to sound better and 2 times louder, so I'm definitely interested to try that. Also, the screen is brighter, which I'm all for. I love bright screens, and that's one of my biggest complaints when looking at screens. The color and stuff, most of the screens these days are pretty good. The brightness is what I would really like to see improved. Now, what actually I was excited for is the AirPods, which is their new wireless headphones, and they look just like earpods but with the cords cut off. Now, I'm a big fan of wireless earphones, and these are completely wireless. There's no cables connecting them. I'm a big fan. I use them every single day, but they do have issues. This is using Apple's new W1 chip, which makes it a little bit better when it comes to connectivity, and it also works for sound. So hopefully these are going to be better. Really, time will tell. These aren't available just yet. They're going to be available later next month, I think. Also, those AirPods are cheaper than most of the competition. They're going for like $159, I think, if I remember correctly, but most of the competition is at least $200. So that's actually a pretty decent price point for that kind of product. Now, the biggest area, of course, is the camera. So the camera on the 7 looks to be a pretty decent upgrade, and it now has optical image stabilization, which is great. But the 7 Plus is where I'm excited to get my hands on. Because of that second camera, now you have a zoom mode where it's optical zoom instead of digital zoom, which is great. So it's 2 times zoom. But that's cool, and I can definitely see it being useful. The more exciting thing for me is the depth of field feature that they showed off. I'm really sad that it's not available at launch. It's going to be available sometime in October. It's not too far away, but you know, it kind of sucks that we have to wait for that. But from the samples that they showed, if it looks like that, this is going to be sweet. I've used other Android smartphones that have these fake depth of field features, and they really honestly look terrible. Being someone that does photography and knows what real depth of field looks like, having it fake, really, you can tell that it's fake. But from the photos that they showed, they don't really look all that fake, and they even tricked us that the photo that they were showing was actually from a camera, but it was from the phone. So if what they're doing is really this good, then I'm going to be impressed, but really we have to wait until we get our hands on it. I'm excited for all the bump in quality that we're going to see with this camera, and I'm interested to see how it fares with the competition. But yeah, that's what I think about the event and the products that were announced. I'm excited to try them out, but let's go ahead and get back to the vlog. So that is what I think about the announcements from the event. But now it is Thursday, it's about 6:10 in the evening, just got done working. Trying to figure out what to do because I'm really bored. I'm gonna head over to Golden Gate Park, I think, and just take a little walk. I made it to Golden Gate Park. It's kind of weird that this is in the middle of a huge city, and I was just walking on some random trail and just stumbled upon California Academy of Sciences. I really love the California Academy of Sciences. Haven't been there in like 3 years though. Maybe I'll go back one of these days. It's kind of expensive though. I've come upon the polo fields. I've decided to go ahead and walk the entire length of Golden Gate Park. I don't know why, I kind of want to see the ocean, so decided to walk that way. It's about 3 miles, a little bit more than 3 miles, I think. I'm almost there. I'm about 3/4 of the way. So let's keep going. Made it to the end of the park. Check out the windmill. Kind of see it through the trees. And now I'm at the ocean. Now the question is, am I gonna walk home or what? Because that's gonna be like another 6 miles to go back. That'd be kind of a pain. And here we are at Ocean Beach. It's pretty empty today. It is kind of cold, so that's probably why. Although I'm pretty sure it's always cold over here. So with a wide angle lens, this is impossible to see, but that little white thing right in the center of the screen, the building, that's where I'm headed and around that hill. At least I'm gonna try. Well, that's beautiful. I made it to the building, and that's the view from up here. It's quite nice. Well, I'm calling it. I'm gonna head home. It's getting pretty dark. But I'll leave you with this view, which is a pretty great one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.